Welcome to the Song Surgeon Weekly Tip video. The topic for this week's Song Surgeon tip is the customization of loop points. And this is something that applies to both pro users as well as standard users. If you have a loop point set up or a loop area set up, as I do here, and you put the cursor somewhere between these two, cursor being this white line, and then you click the Edit button, what you can see is that we open this Loop Edit dialog box, and it gives us the specific information about this particular loop. It's entitled L1 or named L1, and we can certainly edit that if we want. Go in here and just type loop 1 as an example. But more importantly, you can adjust the starting and the ending times if you need to or choose to do that by using this dialog box. And as you can see, it also shows you the pitch and tempo parameters. In this case, the pitch is 0, meaning that it is unchanged and the tempo is set at 50%. Here again, you can edit the settings for this particular parameter by editing it in this box. And obviously you can also change those things by using the pitch and the tempo areas down here at the bottom of the GUI. Lastly then, and I think this is perhaps something that not a lot of people realize or use that frequently, is that we have the ability to set playback parameters. Well, what do we mean by that? Well, there are two parameters here. The first is the loop count. We have the loop set at a -1, and if you put your mouse in that area, you'll see that this little tools tip pops up, and it basically tells you what that means. It means that with the -1, the count is indefinite, meaning it will loop continuously. However, if we were to set that at 2 or 3, for example, what that means is that it will loop 3 times. Hit the end, loop, hit the end, loop, hit the end, loop. It'll loop 3 times, and then it will continue playing right through the end of that loop point. So you can customize the number of times that it loops. And then lastly, the delay is in seconds. And here you can set the delay for 0 as it is now, which means it loops continuously without any delay at the end. But you could also change this to 5 or 10, for example. If you're doing something and you need a few seconds at the end of the loop before it jumps back to the beginning to regroup your thoughts, to gather your fingers, to do whatever you need to do, this allows you to program in a specific delay in terms of seconds. And then once you save these settings by clicking OK, those settings, those customizations will be applied to this loop. So that concludes this weekly tip for Song Surgeon.